What's going on, tribe? What's good? Welcome to the GiNkO Kick Sneaker Channel, where we talk about the sneakers we like, not necessarily what's hype. And today, I'm being blessed by a friend of mine named Rashad. Blessed in the sense that he didn't give me the shoe. That's a true blessing. But he was, what's the word? Kind enough to lend me the shoe for my sneaker review. He knows I do sneaker reviews and stuff like that, and he knows that I wasn't able to get this when they shock dropped the link on Eric Costin's story on IG. I had people texting me the link, and apparently everybody that had an Android had a problem, and I have an Android, so I had an issue. I was never able to get the show. I tried for like a good 20-30 minutes, was not able to get it, so did suck for me not to get. But shout out to everybody who did get it. Congratulations, you guys. I'm going to be looking for my size 10.5 at some point, so something to look out for in the future. But until then, like I said, he was kind enough to lend me his pair, a size 10, so that I can do a review on them. Only different thing about this video is that I'm not going to do the on feet because obviously they're not mine. Other than that, it'll probably be a regular sneaker review as it normally would be. Now, something I did want to show real quick is I do have the green ones. They do have some wear to them. So, but just to show a comparison between the green and the blue, like first impressions, I do like that this isn't as dark as I thought it was gonna be. The internet had it as a very, very dark blue in the pictures, and I like the navy that this actually has. It's a lot lighter than I thought, and it goes well with the blue. It's got like baseball vibes to me. So, but yeah, this is the comparison between the two. From what I can tell, just off the quick look, everything kind of looks the same. You're gonna have the rubber wings part here, still gonna be that. This part is still the same. The Air Jordan upside down on the inside. Where there's green, there's blue, essentially, and where there's blue, there's green. So, yeah, just a quick comparison. This one is still my favorite. I'm not gonna lie to you, but this does look nice. I do want this in the collection. So before we get to the actual review of the shoe, they did have something on the Nike SB website for the Jordan 4. So I did want to read that real quick. So it reads, introduced in 2023, the Nike SB Air Jordan 4 remastered the timeless silhouette with subtle design tweaks and considered tech that honored the OG and upped its functionality for skateboarding. Released in a navy colorway, the second Nike SB Air Jordan 4 features a reworked sole construction. I think the word is Poron, 4-foot sock liner that balances impact cushioning and flexibility, leather and suede upper, and the signature finishes that define its legacy. I do apologize. My body is fighting something right now. I've already won. I'm just on the healing stages at this point, so I do apologize if I sound a little bit different. But without further ado, we're gonna get to this shoe. So the box is gonna come in the collab sail colored box, same way as the last SB Jordan 4 did. It's gonna come in a Jordan 4 style box, which is gonna be a lid box, not like a what would you call it, hinge box, I guess you could say. Yeah, so you do have a lid on this one. Sail, you're gonna have the Jumpman on it with Flight underneath. On the vertical end of the lid, you're gonna have Nike SB in kind of like a gray color with the Jumpman right above it in Nike SB. It'll be on the right hand side of the lids. Yeah, you're also gonna have the Flight and Nike SB at the bottom of the box as well, also in that same gray color. You're gonna have a bunch of stuff over here on this side. I never really noticed that it said all this stuff at the bottom. The shoe label reads Air Jordan 4 SP Summit White Navy. That's gonna be the colorway. The SKU reads David Roger 5415 100. That is your box. Outer materials. So your outer material, let's see. Starting from the front, your toe guard all the way up to like the mid part right here. This whole little gray part, that's all gonna be sueded out. Hairy suede, not a buttery by any means, but hairy sueded out. You're gonna have a white leather on the toe box. Your toe, this is like eyelets, colored eyelets here that are blue. That's gonna be a plastic. That's still the same. The wings up here, this is going to be rubber. You have blue here with white, very flexible. I don't know why they don't make all fours like this. This feels so good. The netting here on the side, that's going to be almost like the same kind of rubber it feels like that the wings is. Actually, it's kind of pliable. If you actually pull on it and stuff, you can actually see it move around. It's not, yeah, I would say it's about the same kind of material as the wings. And you're going to have what looks like nylon behind that. The main white parts of the shoe, that's going to be all leather all the way towards the back. So the only part that's going to be suede out is this gray toe guard part that I had mentioned. These, I'm gonna call these like the mud guard eyelets. I think that's what I'm gonna call these. That's blue. Your wings are gonna be white up until you get to the eyelets. That's gonna be in blue. Your back tab, that's gonna be super flimsy, not as hard as the regular fours, just as the last ones. It's gonna have a lot more flex, a lot more comfortability, just because if you're skating with this, you know, you need to be able to move everywhere. You don't want this being stiff and digging into your Achilles. So that's going to be in white. Your lining is going to be in white. The Nike SB in the back, that's going to be in white with the actual tab being that navy blue color. Above the midsole, this whole little part back here, that's going to be your same navy blue. They did a good job. Normally, sometimes the color of a shoe will be the same color, but the color just looks different on different material. This actually did a very good job of having all the colors look the same despite it being a little bit different. Like with the lining being a cloth, this being looking like leather, shiny painted, and then with the eyelets here being like that rubber, hard plastic, it all looks, it did a good job. So that's going to be your outer materials. Your laces, so your laces are white. All you're going to get is white. The standard flat laces that you would get on any Jordan 4. They could have given us a navy. I don't know what else you would put to this. You could try to have something match the gum bottom, but I don't think I would. If I were to give this something different, maybe the red to match the tongue, but I wouldn't. I think your best bet's going to be leaving it white, in my opinion. But you could try the navy blue with it to go with it. But yeah, standard flat white laces, nothing crazy to speak of on that. The tongue, so the tongue is going to have the Jumpman logo on it, with Flight written at the bottom. The Flight is written in navy blue, the Jumpman is in red, and the tag is white, but it looks like there's like a hint of like red behind the white. So it doesn't look fully white. It just looks like there's like white on top of kind of like a red lining, if you will. The tongue is leather the whole way up until you start getting to the netting part here. Then that's going to match the same netting as I mentioned in the outer materials part that's on the quarter panel. So you're going to have that same kind of nylon in the bottom with the netting behind it, and it is flexible just like the last one. One thing to note that they did do that's pretty cool, that I don't think they do in fours that I can think of, is, you know, SBs normally have the strap on the inside of the tongue if you don't have laces. They did the same thing with this one, so that's pretty cool, something to note. Behind the tongue, you're going to have Air Jordan written in navy on a white tag, but it is upside down, something to note. The back tag is sitting on like a navy cloth type material. Your toe box. So your toe box is a standard white leather toe box. Nothing crazy to write about. It is soft, like very plushy. Like as I push my thumb through this, you can see just how soft and plushy it's going to be. If it creases anything like the fours, it's not going to be that bad. I wear my fours pretty regularly. The other SB4s, the pine greens, and they don't crease that much. It might have a little bit just right where the actual netting starts, just across that horizontally. It's probably where you're going to get some creasing. But there's a bunch of videos online on how to get rid of creasings if you want that. But just leave it on there. Build some character. But like I said, the leather is going to be very soft. It looks very, very nice. Your midsole. So your midsole is going to be white pretty much the whole way through. It's up until you get to the back heel and the front toe part. The front toe part where the stars are, that's going to be in gum. The heel part, just that little part, like right, it's pretty much from where the wings start, from where the air bubbles start to where the other air bubble starts on the inside. You're just gonna have like a gum bottom touch right there that's visible from the heel part. And then your midsole is gonna have like the navy blue above the white part, just running across the whole shoe pretty much from the inside, up until like the little white hump that's here, and then you're still gonna have that little touch of navy blue. Your stitching is gonna be in white for the midsole, and your air bubble unit. So the air bubble unit, I just see two. I don't know if it's like two on one side, two on the other, four total, but I see two. And when you look through it, you should be able to see your hand or whatever on the other side. So it is visible, and that's going to be in red if I didn't state that already. Your insole. So your insole is going to be in red. Nothing to write home about. It is going to say Nike SB Air. One thing that I noticed that is different, it's almost like it's stamped, like pressed into the insole, because there's like an indentation in the insole. Normally it's just kind of like almost screen printed on there, if you would, like painted. But this, you can actually feel it. Like if I was blind, I could feel the indentation on this shit. Like there's texture to it. So that's gonna be in red, and then the back part's gonna be in black. Nothing to write home there. Both insoles are exactly the same in that regard. Your outsole. So your outsole is going to be in white mainly. That's going to be your main base. The only parts that's going to be in gum, as I stated before, is the stars at the toe and the heel part in the back. That's going to be your touches of gum bottom. What is nice is that the Nike with the swoosh logo is actually written in red. It's going to be almost in the center by where like the curve of your foot would be. That little touch of red is nice there. Very subtle. The only touches of red you're going to have on the shoe are going to be here at the bottom of the outsole where you have the Nike swoosh, your bubbles in red, and then the red on the tongue tag. Normally this is the part where I would do the on feet, but as I stated before, these shoes are not mine, so I am not going to be able to do that. But one day in the future, I might just do a clip, little short, where I do get my pair and I'll be like, this is what should have gone to this video. So, but aside from that, I just want to give a quick thank you to my buddy Rashad. Super grateful for you lending me the shoes so I can shoot the video, sir. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. And yeah, let me know if you guys hit. Were you guys able to hit for these when they shock dropped the link? Did y'all go through Eric Costin? Did y'all have some homies send you links? Like, I feel like almost everybody hit except for me. I was at my store where I work. Everybody was able to hit except for me. And I'm the SB head at the store, which is crazy. So, but it is what it is. Congrats to everybody who did hit yet again. So yeah, aside from that, I hope everybody has a good day. Today is 420. I have been celebrating the day. It's also Easter for those who celebrate that. So hope everybody's having a safe weekend. Give me a like if you guys like the outdoor view. Is it a nice change of scenery? Do you guys prefer the sneaker wall, or do you guys prefer me being outside? I personally like the outdoor. I like the greenery, the contrast, but you know, I'm just curious. Let me know what you guys like. Did you guys hit on the fours? Find me on my Threads app, and well, find me through Threads app and tag me GiNkO with fit pics. I would like to see what you guys come up with. I like getting inspiration from what other people wear and stuff like that. Also, as like, you know, me starting my clothing brand, it gives me ideas as to what to make for you guys, what you guys would like and stuff like that. So yeah, appreciate you guys. Be GiNkO, be generous, be inspiration, be a ninja, be knowledgeable, be optimistic, be pushing the message of Kaizen, doing 1% towards your goal every day. I got some stuff ordered right now for my t-shirts, so I can start making shirts. Some screen printing stuff that I'm going to be doing. Going to be making videos on my other channel for that as well. So hopefully you guys will stay tuned for that. And I'm gonna start having some shirts for you guys. Something that can start matching. Like, you know, I could have had a navy shirt with white with a little touch of red, and bam, I could be selling something that could, you know, a shirt that could go with the shoe and stuff like that. And like I said, every shirt that sells, we're planting fruit trees, so a portion of that will get donated. And then rocking and rolling. I gotta sell. My goal is to sell my first shirt in the summer. Just buy a size run. Just buy like 5 shirts and just start from there. Try to sell that, reinvest it, and keep it going. So appreciate all y'all who have been supporting me thus far. We just gonna keep growing for more. We can't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. You know what I mean? So appreciate y'all. Much love. Be well. Peace.